Yes. First of all, family. This is your soul brother Talib, who you best know and have always known to be on the platform of Operation Exodus, Mississippi, slash Reality Temple Ministries on Earth with Brother Angel Snup Snup 7. And, you know, I will always, first of all, let me say, before I go on any further, this will be my farewell video on this channel that you know as the Eric Bell YouTube channel. And I've been in sabbatical for a while now, for about a month. And as you know, that of course, I've decided to take that sabbatical because I got other personal things in my life right now that's important that I'm dealing with, and I need to stay constantly focused on that. But also too, I've decided at this point to extend this sabbatical, of course, because I've come to the point where I've became drained out far as trying to, reach out and convince those of those of you that's in YouTube land and throughout black social media that it's time for us as a people, as descendants of slaves born in this country, to turn our reality around. And of course, the messages that I've been sending out to you, especially along on our Reality Temple Ministry and Operation Exodus Mississippi platform, has steadily still been falling on many deaf ears, far as when it comes to taking action, you know. And of course, as even, Brother Talik, Ibn Rod, who y'all best know as Angel Snup Snup 7, know that at first I was kind of hesitant to even get involved, with the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. But I told him that because this, ideal is something that can become a possibility, and it still can become a possibility, and it is still on the table. And, but, he knows that I don't have that much patience for, ignorance. And when it comes to dealing with a lot of our people, that's 99% of the time, or mostly what it is. And, he's always known that, and he's always, understood and respected my position on that, and I definitely right now at the point in time, because I'm dealing with important issues in my personal life right now, and with all this stuff going on with this chaos, far as this COVID pandemic that's still surging out of control, not only throughout this nation but throughout this world. And and the fact that we're living in the only country that's taking it for more of a joke right now than any other country that is. And just to let you know that other countries are dealing with this pandemic even much better than the United States is, because we have incompetent leadership that is taking this situation for a joke. Of course, like number one, such as your president, Donald J. Trump. And right now, it's then got this country into a economic situation where it's going to take who knows how many years to, restore back to what it was prior to COVID-19 because of, his incompetent, actions as far as handling this pandemic and handling all the racial unrest and protests and the police brutality that's going on in the country, and also the fact that he's still, sowing the seeds of further division, not only among different ethnicities and races in this country, but also between those that are considered poor and those that are considered among the wealthy of this nation. And so, we at a point right now where we have entered into the phase where this powder keg, which is like a time bomb, could explode at any time, especially with the resurgence of this pandemic. And, the way that he's handling this situation, like he went constitutionally against what the Congress was trying to do in terms of restoring back people's unemployment benefits that they were getting every week, like $600, and then cutting it $200 short, and then didn't even include in the bill that he signed yesterday whether people were going to get the other stimulus checks, like the $1,200 checks, and then, so it's just crazy, and people out here, they can't pay their rent, they can't pay their bills, people got to eat. And so that means, you leave them with no other incentive or alternative but to do what they call, which is breaking the law, to survive. People got to eat. People got to feed their babies. They ain't just gonna sit there and go without like that. So you pushing. When you push a cat, like they say, too far in the corner, eventually that cat gonna come out scratching. And this is what this is leading to. And, that type of explosion, honestly, people with over 300 million people in this country, we really don't want to see that. Like those many of you in the so-called pro-black conscious community and black social media always talking about the fall of America. You really don't want to see the fall of America, especially when you're not prepared to deal with the type of magnitude that situation will bring. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is this, is that, the reason I choose, among the reasons that I choose no longer to be on social media, because that reality is like a joke to most of you out there in social media land, especially those of you who are fellow dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America like myself. You refuse the reality of building a defense against that. And, while they steadily killing us in the streets, and while we steadily killing each other in the streets as well, throughout this whole entire country, the level of craziness is about to continue to go and surge and upsurge because of the incompetency of not only the leadership, but of the masses among the population in this country, and as well as what other ethnicities and races. But see, other ethnicities, whether you want to agree or not, is in a more better position to handle this situation better than the so-called Negro in America. And that's just a fact, you know? And because they have something we don't have, and that's called unity. Even the Native American Indian has more unity to a degree than the so-called American Negro does. The Hispanic has more unity than the so-called American Negro. The black African immigrant from the continent of Africa has more unity than the so-called American Negro. White folks, of course, has more unity than the so-called American Negro. The Arabs have more, the Arab immigrants here have more unity than the so-called American Negro. So, once again, with this situation getting out of control with the politics in this country and what's going on right now, we once again, like we found ourselves affected, medically and health-wise by this pandemic. We found ourselves as black people affected the worst. Well, when this situation blow out of control, where people start, where you gonna start seeing massive anarchy and chaos, which is a strong possibility at this point. And I'm gonna say this, honestly, personally, myself, I don't want to see that happen. Because as an individual and as a member of a group of people who don't have no defense against this type of situation facing us, I really don't want to see nothing happen like that here in America. And even other people of different ethnicities and cultures living in this country truly don't want to see that happening in a country like this. Because see, when something like that, like chaos and anarchy, start happening to the point where even, the law enforcement is totally defenseless and they can't even deal with the situation. You see what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say about the police, yes, and yes, I'm not a fan of the police either. But the reality is that when it comes to law and order, which is needed in every society, as well as in this society, once that's no longer in existence because of all this growing tension that could lead to this type of chaos of anarchy, then, we talking about millions of lives being lost in this country as a result. You see what I'm saying? I mean, if you could read between the lines or understand directly what I'm saying, so I mean, the situation is this situation can get just that worse right now, especially, like I say, with the current and present incompetent leadership that we have in Washington and throughout the rest of this country, and I mean, it's like, I was just speaking to a person when I was out and about today, and he told me he was from Canada, and he says that their country is handling this much more better than we are here in the United States. And now think about it, Canada, which is north of us, only got 30-some million people, and they're handling this situation 100 more times better than the United States is. You see what I'm saying? When it's 300 millions of us, So I mean, we and now they even talking about the U.S. economy is more worse off than the Mexican and Russian economy. Come on, according to some news I read about a Bloomberg report Their analyzation is saying that, you know, the economy, because of this pandemic, is worse off than the Russian and Mexican economies. And that says a whole lot in a volume alone by itself. So, I mean, this country is in a serious, situation where it might not be no, turnaround from this. Even if when the next president get in after Trump is gone, especially with the way that he's so far destroyed this country, So, I mean, this is a serious situation. And those of you that's out there in religion, I don't care what religion you believe in, ain't no God gonna come down here and save you from what's happening. I mean, this God, whoever it is you worship or call on, they had thousands of years or hundreds of years to come through and, wipe away this crap. It ain't happened yet. And obviously, it's looking like it ain't gonna never happen. So, the whole situation with that is that, I think, those of you in religion, as a suggestion, need to get a new reality check. And, maybe consider your belief system that you caught up in, as far as your religious fantasies and all that other stuff. That's just not, reality, period. So, I mean, the whole scenario of the situation is, with this is that, I've tried to reach out in my own way and along with Brother Angel Snup Snup 7 to try to get you people for the almost the last 4 years or so to see that we need to change our own reality, because as we see how it's looking in this government, ain't nobody gonna come to our aid. They didn't even straight up told us reparations is off the table for those of you that's into the reparations movement or ideology. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to ADOS, but they were straight up told by a politician, about a year ago or a couple years ago, that reparations was, not up for discussion. But, of course, that fell on deaf ears, And if them people ain't gave us reparations for after over 400 years of slave bondage in this country, what in the hell make you think it's gonna happen now? Come on, wake up. You'll be waiting another 400 years or 4,000 years. They didn't even give us the so-called 40 acres and mules that was promised to our ancestors when they were so-called emancipated from slavery in 1865, So, I mean, y'all need to wake up. That's the only thing I can say about that. You caught up in these social media debates, beefs, back and forth, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all this other stuff y'all doing on social media. That ain't got no relevancy to our plight as, dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, whether you refer to yourselves as African Americans, Black Americans, Moors, Muslims, Christians, Israelites, whatever you refer to yourselves as, Hotep, Comedics, whatever you refer to yourselves as. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, ain't none of that obviously working. Even as far as what you identifying yourselves as, that's proven not to work or have any effect on changing our reality for once and for all as a people in this country. Why our future generations that will come behind us won't even know what it is to be the N-word, what it is to be a slave, what it is to be a statistic, incarcerated in one of these white folks penitentiaries or jails or institutions around the country, or sitting somewhere on death row in one of them type of places, or ending up usually as a statistic, if not to the system of incarceration, but to the graveyard. So, I mean, if you don't care enough, at least, to consider the fact that maybe we should come together for once and for all, like with the idea of the Mississippi campaign that would, address the fact that it would give our, future generation to come behind us complete protection from what we've experienced all these years as a people, then hey, it's no need for me to even be on social media, wasting my breath, wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I got other important things I'm doing in my life that I really need to be focused on so that I could move ahead in my own personal life, Because, I mean, sitting up here, going back and forth at it with those of you, especially those of you that disagree with what I say or what the platform I come from has to say, it's not going to put no food on the table. It's not going to, keep no roof over my head, little basic stuff. It's not going to enhance my own, to better my own life quality. You know what I'm saying? By wasting time with niggas and black social media. That ain't, like I say, that's especially those fake ones that's in the pro-black conscious community, that's talking about, that always be talking that crap about doing for self, let's build our own nation. We got a nation. Matter of fact, as far as a nation is concerned, we ain't even got a nation because we ain't got a government to govern us as a nation. So, but you always talking about building a nation. But when we brought this idea of the Mississippi campaign to you, like I said, it fell on 90% of deaf ears, which you took it for a joke, including some of those who claimed that they was on the same, page as far as this campaign idea went. But like I said, I'm not finna run my blood pressure up dealing with no good nothing niggas that don't, want to do nothing to change our reality as a people in this country. And that's just flat out. I'm done with it. And that's why I chose to make this farewell speech. So y'all won't be wondering, well, why this brother Talib ain't on his channel on there with brother Angel Snup 7. And like I said, yes, sometimes I may come on videos, like with live hangouts that he may invite me on. I'm making that publicly known. So if you do see me on social media, I will be on live stream with him or on a live hangout with him, because I'm still an important part of the Operation Exodus Mississippi / Reality Temple Ministries on Earth platform. That will never die. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, and plus because of the fact that I got so much respect for Brother Angel Snup 7, because of his undying passion to want to see something better for us, although he takes more flack than he should. You know what I'm saying? And peace to you, Brother Angel Snup 7, and I continually wish you a well recovery as well, dealing with your medical condition, and but other than that, like I said, I don't have time for this no more. I'm in my early 50s. I'm trying to do something to better my own quality of life. And so, I got to focus on that. And I don't have time to be distracted by no BS in social media, especially black social media, which ain't bringing nothing to the table. But like I said, want to make debates, want to do debates, make money off of people, just like you do in the religions, appease the people suffering and then profit off of people suffering. That ain't what the platform I come from is about. And that's what I'm not about. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, I just wanted to, make this known to y'all, and particularly in black social media land, that those of y'all, you know what I'm saying, who do, have an ear and an understanding and a respect for what I got to say. And, I hope that y'all take that and apply that by putting that in action and doing something and for one thing, by getting on board with the Soul Train as far as with this Mississippi campaign that's still on the table, It don't take much to make it happen. It really don't, It don't take much to make it happen. Taking control of a state like Mississippi, which is predominant black, which is the most predominant black state in the country, by getting those people that's already down there, to get them on the ground, to get the clock started rolling, to get this situation rolling. I mean, where then once it becomes more effective, we could get in place to make it a reality. Where we could then, for those of you that want to talk about separation from the races, then we could address that and make that a reality. Where we could protect ourselves, our women and children from the rest of this unnecessary racism and crap going on throughout America against us as a people. And then we could start on with Alabama and Georgia and so forth and on, where's many more of our people at, to make this happen. But, like I said, because it should be, obvious to all those of us among the 44 plus million dark-skinned descendants of slaves in America that ain't nobody gonna do nothing for us. We even see how our own incompetent leadership in government, like our so-called black politicians, is doing, and they the first ones who pushed against issues like reparations, and stuff like that. So why would you even want to continue on depending on them? When they flat out have did everything they can, but vote to, reinstitute systematic slavery like it was back in 1865, which I wouldn't put nothing past them far as doing that either. Because that's the kind of Negro incompetent leadership that we have in this country as a people, whether we want to accept that or not. Like, Herman what's his name? The guy that just died of COVID-19, Herman McCain. He's a prime example of that type of Negro. If it was up to him, he would vote us back into slavery. If it was up to somebody that's living that has that type of mentality like he had, they would be willing to vote us back into slavery. This is the type of Negro leadership we have in this country. Especially with ones like him that's backing Trump and his idiocy, So, I mean, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we up against. Looking for somebody like a Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X or Stokely Carmichael to come back. That that's we got to do the work ourselves. And plus, like we've always said from this platform that I speak from, it don't make no sense to depend on no individual far as leadership go. We all got to do it together. Either we all come collectively together and make a reality change for ourselves as a people for once and for all, or nothing at all. And it's just that simple. As far as with that said, I just want to make that clear, I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now in this world. For us to be worried about who the hottest rapper out there, who the hottest R&B singer out there, who got the best song out there going on, when none of them niggas give a damn about you. They could right now, whatever country they allowed to fly out and go to, they could take themselves and they millions with them and don't think nothing of it and leave us all behind to suffer in this hellhole, whether it be a Jay-Z or Beyonce or Kanye West or Oprah Winfrey. You know what I'm saying? That's who we look up to for leadership. You know what I'm saying? That's who we look up to for leadership, and that's a damn shame. We regress to the point as a people of looking up to entertainers. Entertainment is for just strictly entertainment, not when it comes to the reality of life, But we look up to these kind of people for actual leadership. Tupac dead and gone. You still got Negroes looking up to him for leadership. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Just totally insane. These people wasn't or wasn't nothing but entertainers. LeBron James, Floyd Mayweather, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. These Negroes got millions and don't even realize that they not even considered a part of that so-called 1% of the wealthy in America because of the fact that they black. But they steady think they better than us. Among, those that are black like them that have less than they have. When they got the resources where they could come, and help support this Mississippi campaign proposal that me and Brother Angel Snup 7 have been putting out for almost the past 3 years, But like I said before, that's why, like I said, I don't have time for this, like I said, I have other time-consuming things that are more important to deal with than this crap, this idiocy going on in social media. I just don't have time for it, nor the patience for it. I mean, and if and unfortunately, I'm strong enough not to let it drive me crazy. But if you weak-minded, it can drive you crazy, especially when you're dealing with Negroes that don't know nothing else but how to be idiots and stupid. And I'm just gonna put it straight out there like that. You got these crazy niggas in social media, even shooting each other live on Facebook and all that crazy stuff. Acting a fool, cutting up on World Star videos and all that crap, making us look more stupid than what we already are as a people in the eyes of the rest of the world, you know? And then, you know, like I had a conversation recently with a relative and we talked about something, you know, and it's true, you know. The reality of the situation is this, man. Because even if we were able to, you know, get this Mississippi campaign thing off the ground, it still might not work, but it's still a good attempt. I'm going to just leave it as that. It's still a good attempt. But the reality is that we have a strong, disunified mentality among us as black people, not for that to even work. You know? Like a lot of stuff we've done to try to, bring change for us in this country as a people haven't worked because one reason is because of our disunity and division. Okay? And the fact of that matter is that, with this Black Lives Matter thing going on, you know, I'm not on this video to criticize them, but I will say one thing. I have my own opinions, which is my right when it comes to that. But I will say this, you know, ain't nobody else doing that much like Black Lives Matter is, at least. You know, by even pushing a message out there to the world that black lives do matter, like every other life do, okay? And I get that. So those of you that's hating, especially in the pro-black conscious community, that's hating on Black Lives Matter because, you know, you don't like the fact that they was, that the organization was founded by the LGBT community or whatever and all that crap, you know, listen, miss me with that. They doing more than you suckers is out there, whether you call yourself the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Nubians, you understand, the Comedics, the Israelites, they doing a whole lot more better than y'all is. At least they got the ball rolling out there in the streets where you got politicians around the country talking about police reform, talking about other different type of reforms. Ain't none of you niggas in those organizations or religions I just named have even come close to being that effective, okay? But I'm gonna say this though, like me and my relative talked about recently, black lives, no matter what we do as a people, even if it's to make a change for ourselves through the Operation Exodus Mississippi, movement. You understand? Until black people truly show that we respect black life and stop all this killing like we doing each other, fighting, all this in-house fighting and all this other stuff that's keeping us completely disunited as a people, then black lives is not gonna matter to nobody else. And that's just a fact, as somebody would say. Black lives is not gonna matter to nobody else until we stop killing each other, like with them gangland killings going on in places like Chicago, St. Louis, and LA, you know, Detroit, you know what I'm saying? I got to mention some other places, Baltimore, you know, Atlanta, you know, until we stop killing each other like we doing. And peace to that rapper, whatever his name is, I forgot, that just got shot down like a dog in Chicago a few days ago. May he rest in peace, and may my condolence go out to his family, you know. But, you know, I'm gonna say this here is that, you know, the way we killing each other is it don't make no sense. I mean, we killing each other more than the police is killing us. You know, I could go into the statistics and all this other stuff, but I ain't got time for that. But the point is, we killing each other more than the police, than any type of law enforcement that's out there gunning us down. It's more of us killing each other than them. You know? And that's where black lives should start mattering the most. You know, because if we get control of a state like Mississippi, what if we start killing each other like we killing each other now? Then what's going to be the purpose of that, you know, being a success? Because, you know, when you get niggas together, you know, ignorant stuff like that happens. Because of the slave mind mentality. And because of the fact that we not willing to change from that slave mind mental mentality. Because of that, like Bob Marley said, that slave mentality, you know, mental slavery. Because we choose to stay stuck in mental slavery is why we killing each other the way we are. Because all we know how to be is slaves. That's all we know how to be is slaves and savages toward one another. But we quick to jump, you know what I'm saying, to the beat when it come to talking about Black Lives Matter only when some cracker done killed you or when a police done killed you and shot you up. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now Black Lives Matter. You know? Black lives should matter when we kill each other the way we doing. And that's just a flat out fact. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what no other person's opinion is of what I'm saying in that context. Like I said before, until black people start respecting each other and showing more care for each other, that look, enough is enough, and start showing that through not killing each other and having our kids out here running around with guns killing each other and doing all this other mischief we doing against ourselves and each other as a people, ain't nobody gonna respect that phrase called Black Lives Matter. And that's just the truth of the matter. And I don't think I need to repeat that even more. You know? So, I mean, you know, with that said, in this farewell video, you know, I will remain, you know, once again in my sabbatical. And I will, of course, like I say, if you see me participating in any type of platform files with social media, it will be with Reality Temple Ministries, you know, aka Operation Exodus Mississippi. You know, whenever, you know, I accept the invitation of being invited on there by our good brother, our soul brother, Angel Snup Snup 7, which many of you know right now is going through an unfortunate medical situation, which we all need to keep him in our thoughts continually, that he make it out of successfully. And I must say that, you know, hey, you know, we got to wake up, you know, like all the warnings we were sending you from the Operation Exodus Mississippi platform about how, you know, at any given opportunity where these racists could round us up like them Jews was rounded up by them Nazis in Nazi Germany and thrown into concentration camps and mass graves right here in America. I mean, you know, that's still a reality. That could become a very strong, real possibility, especially with right now, with the way things exactly are going in this nation. So, I mean, hopefully you won't keep taking this for a joke. But I mean, hey, this is real. I'm glad I got this out my system because I really didn't want to even make no video. But I decided just to clearly let y'all know where I stand at. So y'all know why I'm not even making videos on my own personal channel, which is of course called Eric Bell YouTube channel, which you could upload and look at my videos. The old other videos that I made, even in the past, you could continue on reviewing them videos as well if you want to. Because I will leave that page open, because, the message that I have in those other videos is similarly the same like the final message I got in this farewell video. So, I mean, just, it might be about different subjects, but it's still dealing with complete 1000% reality. So, with that said, I want to just leave you brothers and sisters that's going to be watching this video and whoever else that's going to be watching this video once it's uploaded on my channel, posted on my channel, y'all could, kick back and watch it, and hey, other than that, I just want to just say this one last word among some of the last words I always said in my videos, whether I was on live hangout with Brother Talib and others on our platform, or whether I was making videos off of my own channel, I will leave you in the words of peace.